In this video, I want to talk about what men should be doing if you want success with women in their 20s. Now, when it comes to us at this stage in life, we're either in college, we're trying to figure out our career path, we're trying to find our identity. There's a lot of different things going on in our process as we develop as a man and become, the person we're supposed to be in the society, right? Now, when it comes to women, the first thing you want to do is just go out and meet them, right? Try to find a place, network where you guys can actually meet up. You can go to networking events and talk to women. And yes, it's business related, but it still gives you experience with other people. And you never know, you might meet somebody there and all of a sudden you end up getting married. You just don't know. But you got to make sure you get out of your comfort zone. You see, in our society today, we have all this technology, we have all this information. We tend to, stay home, and especially after a busy week of work, we just kind of want to chill out and not do anything. And that's perfectly okay. I'm not against that, right? I'm not against you just taking it easy and, relaxing. That's understandable. But you have to understand, if you want to meet somebody, you got to go out and network, right? It's really that simple. So when you meet a woman, don't be thirsty for a relationship. Don't have that agenda or that goal in mind when you're first establishing a connection. That is a bad idea. Don't do that. Now, when you go out and meet women, don't beat yourself up if you mess up, if you fumble your words, or you're nervous around them, you can't really be yourself, and you're trying to have a conversation, but you're struggling because you're insecure, you're uncertain about yourself. Don't worry about it. You're getting out of your comfort zone and you'll learn from your mistakes, right? Failure is okay, even when you're talking with women, right? So just try and learn to be yourself. And if you get more experience by just talking with them, engaging with conversations, or another idea is if you have women friends, which is great, I think, because you have practice. And yes, it might not be a relationship, but you know how to talk to them, right? And the reason why you want to do this, because if you wait to your late 20s, all of a sudden you want to meet somebody, you got to start from ground zero, right? You got to shoot your shots, and it won't be easy. But the earlier you do this and the more rejection you have to deal with, awesome, cool. Now you know what not to do next time, right? So when you go into these situations, do not be thirsty for relationships, because you're going to be seen as somebody who's clingy, who's desperate, who's very needy. Don't be that guy. Just go in with no expectations. If you find yourself in a position to move the relationship forward, give her your number and say, hey, reach out whenever you're available, right? Don't be needy. Be confident in yourself. And if she does reach out, awesome. And if not, you go out and meet other women. That's fine. Go on casual dates or hang out with your women friends. Maybe you go see a movie together. Maybe you go for a simple brunch. Like, just be creative, right? And it just gives you more experience and gives you a way to communicate with women. The next thing you want to do is figure out your career path. Now, this is not going to be an easy question to answer overnight. I'm not expecting you guys in your 20s to just figure it all out, because you won't. You see, it took me probably to my late 20s of what I wanted to do. I knew I was good at sales because I moved to Florida. I was doing door to door. I didn't do any sales at that point, and I was actually pretty good at it. And that's when I realized, okay, I can actually find a product, sell it to somebody, and they'll buy it from me. That was a really awesome discovery, because I felt like at that point, okay, I just need to find something where I can sell it and enjoy it, right, at the same time. That was the struggle for me. So what I'm saying to you guys is, if it takes you some time to figure things out, cool. Just make sure you're taking risks. Make sure you're trying things. Don't be afraid to, fall flat on your face. I had a drop shipping business that didn't work out. I wrote a book at one point, and those things just didn't turn out to be anything. That's okay. It's fine. But I tried things, and that's what you should be doing in your 20s. Is if you don't like the whole 9 to 5 style, you know you should be doing more. Go out and figure out what that is, right? Go on a discovery mode and do some research, and then take action, right? You got to always take action. It's very important. And when you find your niche and you find something that you actually enjoy, repeat it over and over again. And the reason why you want to figure out your career, because you need to make money, right? You got to have some cash to go out on your dates, right? You got to have some cash to, buy gifts for her, or eventually maybe you want to get married. You got to have money for that. You got to be able to pay bills. You got to be able to take care of her, right? So just make sure you're figuring that out. I'm not saying you got to be perfect, right? Because nobody's perfect in this world, but make sure you're at least trying. Now, in my early 20s, I wasn't really good at this. I didn't really care. I didn't have any ambitions. Like, I was really figuring myself out. I was doing a lot of junk in my life. And as I got older, when I got to Florida, because I moved here 6 years ago, I really started growing up even more, and it really helped me develop and get better as a man. So what I'm saying is, sometimes you got to go through junk, you got to figure things out, and you also got to try things. Like even in my mid 20s, I was doing a lot of spoken word and poetry, which was really good because it kept me busy. And there were times I talked to women, just didn't work out, and now I'm married. Right here I am, 3 years into marriage, and I love it. But what I'm saying to you guys is, just take your time. It's okay. If you don't have it figured out by 25, don't freak out. You got a lot of time left. Just make sure you're at least trying. That's all I'm trying to say. And again, as you figure out what you want, you raise your value, find your hobbies, and just continue to repeat that over and over again. And I promise you'll have more successful women because now you have an identity and you bring something to the table. That's why you want to figure out who you are, why you should actually be concerned about your career, why you need to think about that in the back of your head. Because if you want a woman in your life, and you want to have success, then you got to make sure you bring something that's valuable to her. Hope you guys enjoy this video. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel. Love to hear your thoughts, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.